Hello, hello, my crafty friends. It's Linda, and I am back after being gone a ridiculous amount of time. 2 weeks is too long to miss you guys, I tell ya. So I'm sitting here. Getting ready to go. I'm really excited, and I kind of have this new thing down here, which is supposed to be like a dry board for me to be able to like draw designs on it for you. But I do not know how I'm going to make this work in its entirety. So bear with me on that and make sure I kill the sound on that one. Let's see, did that work a little bit better? So before I totally tear up my whole workspace, I wanted to take a look at this. All right. So tomorrow, wonderfully tomorrow is, gosh, not tomorrow. We have what, 2 days, 30 days as September, April, June, and November. So we have a little bit of a reprieve, one more day before the end of September, which, good grief. Does anybody know where September went? I know it's my birthday month, but you know, hey. Oh my goodness. I feel like September went really quick, but of course I do have to say I had a lot on my plate. 1 week in Montana and 1 week with Lise out here, and that's always kind of a challenge when I have Lise here. I do not want to. Oh, I don't want to come up. What is up with this? There I am. You know, it's so funny about that whole thing because Lise is always running around and she shows up and she says, there I am, here I am. So that's she's pretty cute when she shows up to tell me that. Hey, Sarah Grace, what's up?
Are you live?
I am live. See, there's me.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah, there's nobody on yet.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I don't really understand what this question is asking me. So it says, which of these stories does not spell out a complete reflection on the experience? Like, what is that? What do you mean spell out a complete reflection? Like, what is it asking me?
Stories does not spell out a complete reflection.
The answers are between these two. I already know.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Bernice, I am back. I am back. Isn't it exciting that I'm back? And Sarah Grace has this incredibly tough question that I'm not even sure what the answer is.
Well, no, it's because, so the thing is that they're stories.
Okay. I have a half an hour and then I'll be back to help you.
Oh,
you'll have my unidentified attention.
This is time. I'm just going to guess.
You see me? Yay for seeing me.
I'm guessing.
Anyway, so we're going to get caught up, Bernice. It is the end of the month. But I thought I'd show off a few kind of cute things that I did. Except for I feel like I'm on the wrong... Nope, this is the one I used. I was just confused. What's new? Talk about the kit of the month. Let you guys know to pay attention to Paper Pumpkin Party dates as well as the Stamp It Your Way kit, which are all kind of moved around because my travel schedule got moved around. So Bernice, what have you been up to for the last 2 weeks? Talk to me. Oh, where did I put that? Gosh darn it. Let me see if I put that down here. We have this new file, and I had not tried one of these word ones before. These embossing folder files. I don't want to make a big, huge noise, but I'm trying to figure out what I did with the... And I had gotten the hello one, or the general word one, and I had never done anything with it because I was like, I don't know if I really like this. Actually, that's not true. I just simply run out of time. Now I can't find it. Oh well, we're off to the races. Yeah, that's only clean, Bernice, because I had to fit this in. Isn't this like nifty? Like, take a look at this. So I'll give people a few secs to get on. I just love this. So my hope is, I don't know how well this is going to work, but this opens up and it's like a little storage thing. Isn't that cute? But the most important piece of this for me is that it's a glass thing. So like if we're going to make a card, I can put down, you know, 5 inches by 4. I know I shouldn't. People are telling me that they prefer fractions. I prefer decimals, but I can work with anything. So you could do the card base and then, you know, all your different dimensions about what's going on. Isn't that? So it's only clean temporarily because I'm trying to figure out how to make this fit into here, and, you know, like where are my directions going to have to be, and then be able to have like maybe my scissors in here. It's pretty heavy, but it's not set up to work right now, but I didn't want to take this all apart until I knew kind of what I was going to do. So let's talk about things coming in. Lovely Floral Scrapbooking Workshop was part of an online exclusive release. And golly, they released part of this early, and then they released the Scrapbooking Workshop after they released this. I'm sorry, they released this after they did the paper and the stamps today was September. So September, August, and July, they released part of this. Now this is, you know, really pretty paper, particularly the back side, more so. I just really like the tone-on-tone stuff, but here's, you know, the workshop is very pretty, but of course, with all scrapbooking workshops, you know, like to maximize things, and I'm going to be putting this together, and it will be anybody purchasing the scrapbooking workshop will be able to have this alternative that does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layouts versus the 3 that Stampin' Up provides for us. So I'm really excited to play with that. My next project after I get everybody's kits for September mailed off, it is a priority. And then this will be the October kit of the month. Golly, I do not know where this month went. I really don't, guys. I do not know. Anyway, these cards are really super cute, and I was trying to figure out where I set this embossing folder down that also has the die cut. So it embosses all of these greetings for Christmas. And it's kind of I think a cute idea. So you have the top and the bottom here, and then you have something in the center that holds the 2 pieces together. So it still looks like a card front. And then you hide your notes underneath the, in this case, Snowy Delights. And then I embossed with, Stampin' Up has like a copper embossing powder, so I stamped or added these extra sentiments, and if you get the directions for this kit, you'll realize that this is a little extra. This piece comes out of the same stamp set if you choose to use this stamp set, because it is, you know, stamp it your way, which means you get to use whatever you have on hand. Any large snowflake, or you can use Cricut with it for that matter. This is the set. It also has a bunch of stencils, which are great. This little notch there helps you make sure that you have them lined up as you layer to create beautiful snowflakes. Okay. So that's the stamp set that's used, and we make these beautiful cards. Designed, if you want, a warm hello. But 'tis the season kind of gives it away. But if you put like the warm hello in the middle of this instead, it could be a birthday card. It could be a hello, I'm thinking of you card. And this is my favorite online release that was released in September. And that's that pine cone Oh no, my brain just died. Elegant Pine Cone, I think. Ooh, don't hold me to that. And then there are 6 cards. Of course, a lot of this will be cut for you. And there's a few things that you need to take care of, but you'll be good to go. All right, so that is for next month. Elegant Floral is for this month. I just have to get caught up. And then the Paper Pumpkin, which, by the way, was designed to work with one of the online releases, or no, mini catalog, which is the Tool or Toil. Is it pronounced Tool or Toil? Inquiring minds want to know. Bernice, you have a catalog. Let me show it to you. I don't know. T-O-I-L-E. It would be a doily if it was a D. Is it a toily if it's not? I'm grabbing my catalogs really quick. Let's see. Yeah, I thought they were, well, and I love that paper. I really love that paper. It's Autumn Toil? Tooly? I don't know. Anyway, this is to work with the Paper Pumpkin. So let's find out what is all in this Paper Pumpkin. That's the online. There's little acorns, which I love. There is the pumpkins, some leaves, thankful, warm wishes, thinking of you, wishing you the happiest of days. I really need like a happy Thanksgiving card sentiment. And so open this up. It's such a cute little pretty present, all wrapped up in tissue paper. And if I can get it out of here without damaging the tissue paper, I do try to save the tissue paper. It's such a pretty soft blue most of the time. Look at that. Hey, Miss Barbara, how are you? We're trying to figure out what I did to those, to the, Zoom links, because I am not sure what I did. I may just have to redo the, you know, like just start fresh and create a new meeting altogether. Okay, so we have the mini dimensionals, some glue dots, some pieces of ribbon that are neatly put together and look nice and pretty. Okay, so now you can see why this looks. So you have the envelopes, and you can definitely see how this would match the paper that's in this. Oh, there's a one sheet wonder here. If you guys haven't paid attention on 42, if you didn't catch that, there's a one sheet wonder there. That I think that this is one of those sets that I like parts of it, but not all of it. Like, I just want that die. So I may, but I don't need those dies. So I haven't bought that. I love the leaf front. The cards, definitely like, this is the opposite of this paper. Corn. No, that is that paper. So I can definitely see how this works together. And here's the cards you're supposed to make. Barbara, have you put your cards together yet? Oh, here's the Sam set in a way that you can actually see it. And I just fold this apart in half like this. And I keep it in here, and I put it in a cellophane bag. Like that. Now that I've moved things around, I can't find anything. Oh, these are pretty. Look at this, you guys. And this is going to make a pretty scrapbooking layout. I like. Oh, now this is like that tree. And I love that it has like a, it's not really like a gold, and it's not a rose gold or a copper either. It's kind of a dark gold. So that's pretty. And here are your cards. Let's see if they give me big pictures of the cards. So you have this, which is popped up, little acorn. Oh, I like this card. I like all cards that have the leaves like this. And then here's your corn, and it goes on the dark and with the little fox. So let's make us some cards. I really ought to do this a little bit. Now I wish this was magnetic, so I could like stick it up there and have it stay. This is my new toy up here, Barbara. It's this desk thing that's a board, a whiteboard, so I can write things on it. But I don't know how well it's really going to work. We'll see how that goes. So we drove Lisa back to Spokane yesterday, and then we drove from Spokane back to here. It's about 6 hours, 6.5 hours with Lisa in the car to get her back to Spokane, and then for us to get back here. So it was like a 12-hour day. It was very long, but not bad. And it was just Jeff and I, so we actually went, tried out a new restaurant. It was so good. It was, you know, it was the Crepe House and El Compadre in one spot. So you kind of think crepes and Mexican food. But both were very, very good. And they had savory crepes and sweet crepes and wonderful Mexican food, which is high praise from my husband, who is extremely picky about Mexican food. You're behind again? Oh, thank goodness I'm not the only one behind. And I'm trying to get the swaps done. I can't wait to show you the swap cards, guys. I would love to have brought them out here, but I made myself not get them out until after I had them photographed, because that is really important that I get them photographed. So here you're just going to take these, and this is why we have the tiny ones, because this frame is small. And I would encourage you to be on the more generous side of this. As far as like having the little dots or the dimensionals so that they're nice and supportive of your frame. Otherwise, it's just going to get pushed down, and that's no fun. So, has anybody ordered the Advent calendar yet? Obviously, if I'm asking, I haven't yet. Hopefully it will be, well, I have ordered it. I just don't know when it will get here. Okay. I'm going to put a little one down here just to make sure it's all kind of popped up. I think anytime you have a frame like this and you have this kind of tree, nature-based piece of it, or even if you're doing another element, to have it 3D foam taped up is really a great idea, so that it has the shadow behind it, and that just makes that tree just really stand out. And it wouldn't matter if it was, the background is pretty busy. Yep, got it all off. Make sure there's none on there. I feel like my, yikes. Okay, and then Thankful goes right here, but it is also 3D foam tape, and our color of the month is Cajun Craze, right? Yeah, Cajun Craze, which is this very pretty, I would call it autumn terracotta. How do we get into the swap card club? Well, generally it is the one that I run is the new stamp swap, and so we have the cards that were of stamps that were released this month. we do not have the other open to other people because you can't order the stamps early. And everybody's assigned stamps. It's very different than a lot of people do. Well, shoot. I must be missing the sentiment piece because I have these that no sentiment to stamp my little acorns on. And it's got to be in here somewhere, right, guys? I just missed it. Ah, here it is. See? Human error. And I like to save these and give them away to people. So I'm going to grab my Cajun Craze. Again, it's very autumn terracotta-y. And we have these very pretty, look, these totally match it. This is Cajun Craze and gold. And then these brown ones, that looks really pretty on that. So we're going to have those out because, you know, I have to expand. Show up for class, you might end up with some of those. Yeah, I never thought about running a swap though for customers. I wonder if people would be interested in that. Kind of like instead of a cookie swap, do a swap for Christmas cards or I like acorns and pine cones for some strange reason. I don't know why, but I do. So I have a scrap piece of paper off to the side here that I'm just stamping this off. I'll give it a good clean here in a little bit. And wishing you the happiest of days. Let's get that stamped on these. Yeah. But I can't wait to show you the cards. They're really pretty, and we are working on creating a document, maybe my first and my last, of instructions, which is why I asked you guys about instructions. But doing step-by-step instructions takes a lot of work. You know, putting together pictures, putting together the, like a sketch with the different shapes and like cutting elements. Easy. Doing step-by-step directions, not so easy. It's a little bit challenging, more challenging than I thought it would be. So I don't know if there's a, and I confess that I am not like super duper good at like things like Word, or I'm sorry, Publisher, or things like that. That might make it better for me if I were to be better on those. I'm thinking of you. We all need thinking of you cards. We are in a weird world right now. And I have ink on the end of this, so I'm trying to be very, very careful to not smudge my ink or push my block down. So I have ink on that end, offending ink. Okay. I like that little pumpkin. I think fall cards actually might be my favorite cards to make. Does anybody have like a favorite to make? Fall, Christmas, spring, Easter. Just out of curiosity. Let's see. You know, it's tough when I gotta not talk while I peel these off. And this goes right here on this card. There we go. And of course, I'm going to add some of these beautiful rich dots. And you'll definitely see these come out in the paper pumpkin party because they are really, really pretty on here. Yep, I like it. So these are not included in your kit. But Barbara, as you've come, my people who attend often get little extra goodies. All right, on this card right here, we're going to do some random stamping with the, maybe, here it is. There's some little geese. Ooh, hey, are you guys seeing fall yet? I feel like last week fall happened. Like, I walked outside and fall was here. Ready or not. And birds have started to migrate. Okay, I'm going to make life easy for me on this. So you have a bunch of little leaves in here. I don't know if I've ever shown you this, but if you take and figure out kind of like a background piece of it, like that, and then take your block, put the block on top. Yeah, Sue, I think they're pretty nice. Welcome. So what has everybody been up to? You guys know that I drove to Montana, stayed a week, drove back from Montana, had my sister out here. Oh, we went to the Lion King and did a few other things. And I'm going to second generation this. Oops, I didn't do that very well. This is one of those times when I should actually have the paper out here. This is what happens to my mistake things that I have going on here. And so you can create backgrounds this way without a whole lot of help, you know, or I shouldn't say help, but a whole lot of trouble. And then they end up looking really neat. I'm going to put a little dark in that corner. And if you don't have paper to match whatever it is you're making, this is a really good way to change it up and have it show up nicely. Okay, here's my pumpkin, here's that. I love it when stuff is here but not here. If you have a leaf stamp at home, this would be a very easy card to recreate. You take a piece of that ribbon, wherever it's at, right here. Here it is. These are nice size strips of ribbon. So if you're doing a scrapbook page with this kit instead, you can put this in different elements of the card. So I was supposed to have these brown leaves, but I don't see them in my stuff. Let's kind of take my sticky Post-it tape. And that obviously didn't work very well. I feel like I'm really like missing, because that was just sentiments. Like I have pieces of the pie, aha, hiding from me. Success when I find it, right? Oh, those are pretty. So these are that kind of copper, kind of dark gold. It's not quite either one. And that's going to go like that. And you're going to put these two down. So it is crop season over in the East Coast. Who has been off cropping and doing events together? Sue, have you been to any? I know I met you through the Canaan Valley one. I just wasn't sure who's gotten or had the chance to really go and have a good time with some friends, and I think this is a good time to do that because, you know, you're always working on Christmas projects, Christmas cards, and it's always more fun to do that. We are going to have a crop, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the virtual one, and you're going to go this weekend. Where are you? Oh, Maureen, are you going to St. Louis? After all was said and done, I could have ended up going, but it did not end up. Okay, so there's that piece of it. And then this they said to put down with just the, because they did raise these leaves up, but because I did not raise the leaves up, I'm going to use my 3D and I'm going to pop this up instead. I really prefer with ribbon like this to have the sentiment that's on top be popped up, because when you try to lay it flat, it sticks out. Oh, too far to travel. Yeah, that was, although there are a lot of people from this area, because, you know, in Naomi's group, they're traveling. And then let's whip out those pretty, this is like the brown, but look at how pretty that is on there. Love it. I should open up the Cajun Craze ones and see how they look on the next card. Put that away. So 2 cards, relatively painless. And this is really pretty, guys. You flip this over and be able to see the top part of this. And you're going to, those little geese that I pulled out, I hear you for being too far to travel. I kind of felt that. And Jeff's thing as of recently has been, you have this whole room in your house, a scrapbook. You do not need to pay to go somewhere else to craft. God love him. But he is right. He is right that we did this. My little geesey. Now that's a very simple stamp and add a nice little element there. And I'm going to 3D foam tape this up. Now this is where the big ones would have made sense to have. We don't need little itty bitty ones. Oh, hey Connie, how are you? I've been asking everybody, what did you do the last 2 weeks? Well, I've been running around, being the sandwich generation. Okay, so that's cute. And then they did another layer of 3D foam to add the other elements to it, which is the thinking of you element, which does not want to come out of here. Get that right out of here. And the, I'm a little late, sorry guys. All my nice neatness goes away when your old friend and some of my customers go for the weekend. That is wonderful. Truly is wonderful to do. Now, doing this, they actually have it hanging off the edge, but that will not work unless you 3D foam tape this one that's kind of off, because you need to make up for that. This is 2 layers thick. So put that down, then put this on top so you can line it up the way you want it, and then it will sit right. Just in case. All right, anybody see the fox and the pumpkins go anywhere? Well, I don't see the fox and the pumpkins anywhere, so we're gonna get a fox and pumpkin out of here. I will find the other ones. Work, fall cleaning, and making cards. Did you get these cards made yet? So we're gonna do our groups different times because I really messed up. I was very overly, ambitious part of it, but the other part of it was I had to change my travel plans with Lise, and I brought her back early. We were going to do 2 weeks, but then it needed to just be a week due to stuff I had going on and she had going on. But then we crammed 2 weeks worth of stuff into 1 week, and that has left me permanently behind. But we had a good time. We went to the zoo and saw baby Tula. That goes in that corner. And then our beautiful fox. I love foxes too. They're so playful and cute. And this guy gets popped up there. You have some nice layers. And because you have these nice layers, let's try these guys and see what we think of the Cajun Craze and Gold Dots. You loved it. Did you buy any of the paper by chance, Connie, that went with this, that came out of the mini catalog? The Autumn Tool or Toil, T-O-I-L-E. I was joking with Bernice trying to figure out how you say it. Okay, so these are also very pretty. And these actually have 3 full shapes that are 3 sizes. I mean, not full shapes. Oh, I have that crooked. Well, hopefully the person who sees that won't notice it. All right, look at that. So for those of you guys who aren't totally sure about Paper Pumpkin, stay tuned. I hope to get all the kits mailed out by tomorrow, get the swaps done, and then start working on Paper Pumpkin for Saturday is our Paper Pumpkin party. So join me to play. And I think we're just going to pass on our giveaways today because I'm not quite ahead to that, but we have a start. I've shared with you these beautiful cards for those of you guys who got on late. And I just inked myself, so I'm going to be very careful. The workshop will be the Lovely Florals Scrapbooking Workshop. That's for this month. I just haven't been able to do it. Here's the matching Autumn Toil Suite for the cards. But then next month, I just gave a sneak peek about our kit of the month is going to be these snowflake cards, which you can make them for winter or for Christmas. All right, so that's out there, and I'm trying to desperately not get ink on things. I don't think the autumn ink will look pretty on my snowflake flowers or cards. Get rid of that. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. It was good to see you, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for sure. It's a whole new month of new things, and I can't wait to see what we have. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.